To build an email newsletter workflow in Brevo, head to on.brevo.com right now and sign into your account. I'll wait here while the dashboard loads. Once you're in, you'll open the automations page, create a fresh workflow from scratch, slap in an email trigger, configure exactly when it fires, test that trigger, and activate the whole thing so newsletters go out hands-free. That's the full picture, and I'm going to walk you through each click, share the gotchas that have tripped me up, and show you the settings I always change first so you walk away with a rock-solid automation. The very first thing is making absolutely sure you're logged into the correct Brevo account. A lot of us manage multiple workspaces, maybe a client account and your own, and I can't count the number of times I've built an entire automation only to realize I was in the wrong spot. So take a breath, check the account name in the top right corner, and if you need to switch, do it now. If you find value in this kind of direct hands-on walkthrough, a like and a subscribe genuinely help, and let's get this workflow built. From the left sidebar, click Automations. That takes you to a page listing every workflow you've ever created. If you've never touched automations before, it'll be empty, and that's totally fine. Before you create something new, glance at what's already here. You might spot an old automation that's still active, sending stuff you forgot about, or maybe one that's broken because the trigger condition no longer makes sense. I once left a welcome series running for 6 months after I'd cleaned the list, and it was still trying to fire for contacts that didn't exist anymore. Not a great look, so I always do a quick audit first. If you see something outdated, you can pause or delete it later, but for now let's create a new one. Click that Create an Automation button. Brevo gives you a few templated options, but I want you to choose Create from Scratch. I never use the templates, and here's why. They come with pre-configured actions and assumptions that rarely match what I need. Starting from scratch means you own every single step. You decide exactly who enters, when they enter, and what happens next. It's a little more work up front, but you'll never wonder why a contact received something they shouldn't have. The workflow builder opens in a clean drag-and-drop canvas. You'll see a blank start node sitting there, waiting for you to give it life. Now scroll down in the right-hand panel to the email section. This is where you pick your trigger. A trigger is the event that causes the entire automation to fire. Think of it like a tripwire. The moment a contact crosses it, Brevo pulls them into the workflow and starts executing whatever you've laid out. For a newsletter workflow, the trigger I reach for 9 times out of 10 is contact added to a list. It's dead simple and gives you pristine control over who's in the queue. But you might see other email triggers like contact submits a form, contact clicks a link, or contact updated. Pick the one that matches your marketing objective. If you're building a weekly digest that goes to everyone on your mailing list, go with the list trigger. If you want the newsletter to only send to people who filled out a specific lead magnet form, then the form submission trigger is your friend. I've seen people try to use contact created as a catch-all, but that captures every new contact from everywhere. Imports, manual adds, API calls, and suddenly you're blasting a newsletter to a test contact you added while debugging. Not fun. So be intentional about this choice. Once you select your trigger, Brevo shows its configuration options. Here's where the details matter. If you chose contact added to a list, you'll need to pick which list. Drop down that menu and select the correct one. I always name my lists with a consistent convention like NL_customers or prospect all, because when you have 20 lists, test and test 1-inch are a nightmare. The same goes for other triggers. You might need to specify a form, a link, or an update attribute. Fill in every required field. There's also occasionally an exclusion setting where you can say don't trigger if the contact already belongs to list X. Use it. If you're running a re-engagement newsletter, you don't want it firing for people who are already in your active customers list because they're getting something else. I learned that the hard way when a client's VIP list got the same generic newsletter as new signups, and the unsubscribes came rolling in. So double check your trigger settings now. You cannot easily change them after the workflow has started processing contacts. Once you're satisfied, click Save. That start node now has a solid trigger attached, and you'll see a small green check mark on it. The next step is non-negotiable. Test the trigger. Click the Test button. Brevo will simulate the trigger using a sample contact it picks from your database. Don't skip this. I've seen workflows that looked perfect in the builder, but the trigger was misconfigured. Maybe the list was empty, or the form ID was wrong, and the automation just sat there doing nothing for weeks. The test will tell you right away whether the triggering conditions can be met. If the test fails, you'll get an error message that usually points you to the problem, like invalid list ID or trigger condition not met. Fix it, save again, and test until it passes. When the test succeeds, you'll see a confirmation, and you can even follow the simulated contact through the workflow steps to check every path. This is also a good moment to add your actual email action, the newsletter send action, after the trigger node. But since we're focusing on the workflow skeleton, know that you'll connect your email template later. For now, the trigger is solid. Let's underscore what's happening under the hood. Brevo monitors contacts in real time. The moment a contact's profile changes in a way that matches your trigger, Brevo pulls them into the automation instantly. No delay, no batch processing overnight, unless you add a delay step yourself. That immediacy means your newsletter goes out the moment someone signs up, which is perfect for welcome series or time-sensitive announcements. But it also means that if you accidentally set the trigger too broadly, you could flood your entire database in seconds. That's why the list trigger is the safest starting point, because you control who's on that list. And once the workflow is live, any contact who meets the condition will pass through it exactly once, unless you enable allow contacts to re-enter the workflow, which I leave off 95% of the time to prevent duplicate sends. Testing isn't just about mechanics. It's about verifying the right audience. I always create a test contact with my own email address, add it to the triggers list, and manually force the trigger to fire. Then I watch the activity log to confirm the email actually arrived, the formatting didn't break, and the timestamps are correct. That extra step has saved me from sending broken CSS to thousands of people. Brevo's activity log, which you'll find in the workflow analytics, shows every contact's journey and any errors. Get comfortable with it. Okay, so you've built the trigger, tested it, and you're feeling confident. Now you'll add the rest of your workflow actions, the email node, maybe a delay, maybe conditionals, but the foundation is rock solid. The real power of a newsletter workflow in Brevo is that it never sleeps. Once it's on, it runs automatically, 24/7 as people join your list. You're saving hours every week that you would have spent manually segmenting and blasting. And because the trigger is event-based, the newsletter always goes to the right people at the right moment. No more forgetting to hit send. To wrap this up, you've just created an email newsletter workflow from scratch in Brevo, starting with a properly configured trigger that you've tested and verified. Your next move is to flesh out the workflow with your email template and a delay if you want to space messages out. Then hit that toggle to activate it. I'd also recommend setting a reminder to check your workflow's performance in a week. Look at the open rates, the click rates, and the number of contacts that successfully completed each step. Small tweaks here can dramatically lift engagement over time. And if you ever need to revisit these steps, save this video and come back to it. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next one.